Hello Twin Flame community. This video is specifically for those that are questioning the phenomenon of the Twin Flame journey. By taking this quiz, it should give you complete clarity as to whether this is your sacred love journey. Warning, this may give you the goosebumps. I'm Brainy Twin Gemini, spiritual master, healer, and coach. I am also on the Twin Flame journey, and we came into reunion after a lengthy physical separation in the 3D. We were, and still are, communicated to by God with very valuable messages along the sacred love journey that have allowed us to come into precious reunion and to pass on our blessed messages to the Twin Flame community. We share our truths of our journey, dismantle the myths, and debunk the dishonesty. We have powerful gifts of intuition, vision, knowledge, and wisdom, and we are excited to share these gifts with you. So let's begin with the #1 Twin Flame quiz as to whether this is your true twin soul. Let me begin by saying there are many myths out there, and I can only give messages that have been provided to me along the journey. Keep in mind that these valuable gifts and messages led us back to each other in the 3D. This #1 quiz is to test your knowledge on the Twin Flame journey and if it resonates with you. Good luck, everyone. Number 1. Sense of familiarity. Upon meeting in the physical 3D, which is referred to as union, there is a deep sense of familiarity between twins. It is as though you have met somewhere before. When you meet, in whichever form it may be, physical meeting or other, you have instant soul recognition. Have you felt there was something missing in your life and you just can't identify what it is? It is likely your soul yearning for the other half. Why is this? Because you are one soul split into two, and when you come together into union, you have recognition of the other half of your soul. Soul separation goes as far back as Aristotle and Plato. And Aristotle and Plato are generally regarded as the two greatest figures of Western philosophy. According to Greek legend, we started something like this, and then we were split in half, destined to spend our lives searching for our other half. In Scripture, according to Matthew 19:6, they are no longer two, but one. Therefore, what God has joined, let man not separate. It is also stated in Scripture that there are 144,000 twins in the world. This can be found in Revelations 14, and so it is written. Then I looked, and there before me was the Lamb, standing on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 who had his name and his Father's name written on their foreheads. And I heard a sound from heaven, like the roar of rushing waters, and like a loud peal of thunder. The sound I heard was like that of harpists playing their harps, and they sang a new song before the throne, and before 4 living creatures and the elders. No one could learn the song except the 144,000 who had been redeemed from the earth. These are those that did not defile themselves with woman, for they kept themselves pure. They follow the Lamb wherever he goes. They were purchased from among men and offered as first fruits to God and the Lamb. No lie was found in their mouths. They are blameless. So if you have a deep sense of knowing and a sense of unexplainable familiarity, this is a sign that this is your twin soul. Number 2, intensity, bubble love. Twin flame love is like no other love in the universe. Why is this? Because as explained above, you are one soul split into two. When the soul merge happens between the two of you, there is a deep connection in the sense that you have come home. You have the other half of your soul, and what once felt empty now feels complete. There is an intense rush of love, often called bubble love. When the soul merge occurs between two physical bodies, it simultaneously invokes soul recognition. The soul recognition activates and aligns the energy of the heart. When you come into union, you both flow to each other effortlessly and naturally. The love is pure, raw, and vulnerable. You immediately connect at all levels, and time is timeless. You complement each other, and you are now one. You may even make long-term plans and know that this person is the one, and you cannot imagine your life without them. During the bubble love phase, the intensity of the love is fierce. The intensity of this love is not sustainable because you would implode from the inside out. But the bubble love is to invoke the awakening, which is the opening of the heart chakra. Other symptoms of the bubble love phase is you begin to evaluate your life and life circumstances and what is not working for you at the time. God brought you into each other to heal, and to heal others, and for no other purpose. It's quite a simple equation, really. You should view this as a gift and a blessing. This is a slap for your soul to awaken you. You may be in an unhappy relationship. Your job is not fulfilling you anymore, and you may have financial worries and so much more that may not be serving you. Your twin comes to make you look at your true self, and to awaken your soul, and to get you out of sleeping mode, and to stop perpetuating the same cycles in your life, and to eliminate the noise that no longer is serving your soul. For many, your life has been plagued with suffering, primarily the value of your worth. So now the journey of self-healing begins, because now you recognize that you've been navigating the path of life as a lie. We are exact replicas of one another, and you have shared the same fate throughout your journey of life. This dredges up wounds, very uncomfortable ones. Also to be noted, one twin will run if their other half is not healed, and if there's soul work that has to be done. Instinctively will run from the wounds of the soul because it is too much at that time to deal with. However, they will be forced to heal. The chaser will feel as though their heart was ripped out and stomped on. They cannot rationalize what happened or why. It often happens spontaneously with no word. And in our case, there was not one word spoken for 16 months by any mechanism, only 5D. Just know that your twin would never hurt you purposely. It's just time to go away for a while in the 3D to complete the healing process. Again, there are no coincidences in life, so know that this is a necessary step to move forward in the journey, and accepting the distance, freeing yourself, and letting go is very important to move forward. So contrary to what is out there on the internet, that there are many underlying factors why twins run from each other. It's simply energy, and it's contingent on the situation. Both must have a healthy, clean, pure soul, and are to do greater good by the world and humanity. If you have the intensity of love in your heart and cannot imagine your life without the other half of your soul, then this is a very good sign that this is indeed your twin soul. Number 3, triggers and mirroring. There are a few triggers in our lives, but when a twin flame comes into your life, they trigger wounds and nothing else. Sometimes we face wounds in our past, present, and future, and some more than others. Many that have endured these wounds over the course of their lives have not let them define them, and they have not lost faith in God. These wounds condition our souls, but at the same token, it's to test our will and our free will and God's will. These wounds do not come by coincidence. They are preordained, and this is preparation for you to come before God with faith, love, and forgiveness. In return, you will be blessed with a trigger of healing and cleanse the soul. As you endeavor, you will purge the soul. Purging the soul entails healing and removing the barriers in your life that interferes with the healing process. This happens naturally, and the elements that do not serve you will simply drop away with little or no effort. The wisdom comes within. It could be ending lifelong friendships that do not fulfill your soul, but simply act as energy vampires. It could even be family members that are parasites to the soul as well. You simply extinguish the interferences as the love for yourself grows deeper. And as you self-love, you trigger the love and healing with the other half of your soul. As you heal, they heal, and heal too, and vice versa. You both trigger the healing in each other to come to purity. Also know that during the healing process, it can come with many unpleasant feelings of grief, anger, betrayal, sadness, confusion, many tears. But know that these tears are necessary to heal, and also know that you're not crying tears for your twin, you're crying tears of healing. Most importantly, you trigger love between the two as you evolve through the healing process. The love you feel for each other is an energy field that cannot be severed. Some refer to it as a silver cord. This cord cannot be severed, cut, nor broken, even through physical death, because our souls are eternal. Twins also trigger knowledge within each other that life is eternal and that their love is eternal. Another trigger is chakra, Kundalini awakening. So if you feel any of these triggers, this is a very good indication that you're on this journey. Number 4, awakening heart chakra, activation, ego destruction. This is one of the most significant signs of the twin flame journey. The number one reason your twin comes to you is to awaken the heart, to heal, and for no other reason. As the heart awakens, it takes you on a journey of unconditional love. Unconditional love is at the soul level, where ego does not reside. Ego places conditions on love, where soul does not. As your heart chakra awakens, you destruct your ego, and your ego is essentially your identity. Many will fight and wrestle to hang on to their ego. When this occurs, it can be very frightening and uncomfortable. Why? Because this is your identity, and this is what you have associated with your whole life. What once believed is now questionable. You peel away the layers of your false self like an onion until there's nothing left, and you come into your true self. As the layers peel away, you have a greater association with yourself, and you learn your true identity. You have a deeper love for yourself than ever before, and as a result of this newfound love of yourself, you have a newfound love for life, nature, and so many other things. You naturally adopt a healthy lifestyle, and not only are you nourishing your soul, you are nourishing the temple that houses your soul. You are literally healing from the inside out. You are blossoming into whom you are meant to be, free from ego and the egoic mind. You start to navigate with the heart and migrate away from thought. As you migrate with the heart, you instinctively meditate through prayer. And while you do this, it will take you to higher consciousness. When you elevate to higher vibrations, this energy transfers to the other half of your soul. You connect in different realms, often referred to as 5D or fifth dimension. This usually can only be accomplished through meditation because you have to free your mind of noise. In deep meditation, you can communicate, and sometimes in deep meditation, your heart will flutter. That is your twin at the same moment loving you. The opening of the heart chakra has great power because you are joined by the energy of the heart, and you pass energy to each other through the power of the heart. The heart has great energy, and it has actually been proven it has more power than the brain. Because when the heart chakra opens, it stimulates parts of the brain that have never been used prior to the activation. And that is telepathic communication, lucid dreaming. There are times during lucid dreaming that you both are in each other's dreams at the same time, believe it or not. You cannot tap into the power of the mind unless you have activated the heart chakra. There is a reason your heart chakra opens up, because it gives you that power of the mind. Again, no coincidence. What many don't realize is that the heart stimulates the power of the mind. Again, no coincidence. I know this because this happened to the two of us, and not only did it happen, it was communicated as well, hence our messages to you. There are so many that cannot grapple this complexity of this journey, but if your heart has awakened and you have opened up the powers of the mind, then this is a good indication that you're on this journey. Number 5, healing inner child. Many of us wrestle with the inner child and the concept of it, but this is one key element on the twin flame soul journey. Sadly, many of us are wounded children, and as children, we are vulnerable. Our inner child defines us and our path and how we navigate in life. As children, we can't externalize the internal wounds. We simply suppress the wounds and carry them as baggage along our journey. The first thing we need to do is acknowledge the wounded child. Simply acknowledging that you have pain in the past is the first step to acknowledge your inner child. Identify what causes wounds and try writing them down. Acknowledging them is the first component to healing them. Dredging up the past can be uncomfortable, but it is necessary in order to heal. Sometimes our wounded child takes us to places we should not go as adults. For example, if you have self-worth issues, you may continue to place yourself in situations that compromise your self-worth. Why? That is because what the inner child associates with. If you do not heal that inner child, you will continue to perpetuate the same cycles in your life. In the eyes of God, we are all children. And when we embark on this journey, God wants you to heal. The questions some may come to is, why would God put me in these situations? I was only a child. The answer, conditioning. How can you mission a word of unconditional love and forgiveness unless you've endured if you have endured a journey of pure innocence? You can't. I have always viewed the tribulations as a gift. It has awakened and strengthened the soul. As alluded to previously, in this video, we must come to purity, cleanliness, and innocence. We essentially have to restore our souls so that we can restore the souls around us. We have been presented with a gift, a very precious gift. Not all in this universe have been selected to undergo such rigor. So, have you tapped into the wounds of your inner child? Can you identify with your inner child? Then that is a very good indication that this is your journey, and more importantly, you're evolving forward. Number 6, belief system, soul purpose. Lastly, and again, these are in no particular order. As your heart chakra opens and we migrate to a more loving place, we start to evaluate our belief system and our soul purpose. Is something nagging at your soul that you're meant to do so much more? Do you instinctively want to raise the vibration of the world and do greater good? Do you gradually identify yourself as a healer, humanitarian, musician, spiritual messenger, and so much more? Do your heartstrings will naturally pull you to what your soul is calling you to do. Again, this calling to your soul can be frightening because it goes against everything you have known. But something keeps nagging at you anyway. You must fulfill your soul purpose because that is one of the elements of this journey. Your soul cries out for you to do what naturally comes to you. And through this evolution of the soul, it will come to you effortlessly and naturally. You just know what you are meant to do. If you do not fulfill the soul purpose, you may never make it back into physical union to oneself nor each other in 3D. So there you have it. The number 1 quiz as to whether you are on the twin soul journey. It's not what many portray it to be. It's an amazing phenomenon of energy sharing between the hearts, which simulates the healing frequency within you to heal yourself, each other, and to find and fulfill your soul purpose. You unravel the real you, and as you do, there may be wonderful but equally unsettling symptoms when you are in physical separation of the 3D phase. As you ascend, you may even suffer from the ascension flu. Your dreams can be simultaneous. Your higher consciousness activates your elevated communication in higher dimensions known as 5D. Many that advocate messages on this twin flame journey are not true twin souls themselves. They are the interference out there monopolizing all vulnerable souls, keeping you caught in the matrix of lies and false prophecy. There is a prophecy out there that proclaims false twin flames. There is no such thing because God would never bring you to falsehood. Many of the false twin flames are the ones advocating for twin flames themselves. This is a sacred blessing and a gift, a euphoria that one has never experienced. Energy transference, one soul, 2 bodies. What you both do is a beautiful phenomenon. You trigger a process within each other without even knowing it initially. If you can relate, then this is your miraculous journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub for more videos, and tune into our weekly lives for our energy sharing for the wonderful twin flame community. Many blessings for reunion, folks.